I'm now at the Sea of Galilee. We are at Jesus Land, and you can see it from here. You can see the triangle. We are now in Tapa. That is the multiplication of the fish and the loaves miracle. And I just came from Peter Primacy. And Capernaum is the place that Jesus visited for 3 years when he actually started this mission. Then it started it from there. That's where he met all the disciples, collect them. That's where so many miracles happened. And as you can see, it's the northern part of the Sea of Galilee. And there's kind of a border between two sons of King Herod. The first one belongs to Antipas. The other one, which is the Golan Heights, belongs to Philippus. And that is one of the reasons that Jesus stayed in Capernaum, because he knew that if that son would be angry with him, he will be able to run away to the other side, to move to the other side. And he did it a few times. Then in a way, this is the evangelical triangle, although I must say that I will shake it until Magdala, because as I believe he was here as well, and a little bit to here, because here it was the miracle of the fish and the loaves, but in a way, they're right. Chorazim, Tabcha, Bethsaida, and Capernaum were the most important places here. The church that we are going to visit is a modern church from the 80s, 1982. But you can see how two churches. The first one is right here, and I believe that it's from the 4th century, and later on the 5th century church, that church that we will visit, is actually based on it. What is important to understand that the Via Maris is here. Then look at what's happening here at the edge of the church. Let's go in, and let me tell you that it's belonged to the Benedictus, which is a Catholic order from Germany. I mean, they are from Germany, and it looks so neat. And the first impression is of, wow, it's white. And this is a clever thing, because the local stone is black, basil stone, like that. But the Benedict order wanted us to understand then it's a replica of the church. The church was totally made of basil stones, the black stones, volcano stones. Then that's how a church from the 4th and 5th century looks like. Let's go in. There's a group of Israelis there. Then I'll try to be a little bit further than them. But before that, what's that? Now, the first thing that you know, that it's not a local stone. This is limestone. It's not from here. But what's that? Is it hot top? No. It's a font. When the Baptist people at the ancient time, at the beginning of Christianity, they used to baptize old people, mature people. Then the man was standing here. It's not like faucets. And the priest was the priest baptized him while he was standing. Then let's go in, try to be quiet. Such an amazing, isn't it? That, what you can see is Atrium, but the idea is that in every atrium there will be a source of water. Then in that case, think about that. It's hot now. It's end of October, the beginning of November 2021, and it's 93 degrees now. Fahrenheit, It's 33 degrees Celsius. This is a cool day here. Then the people will go in, enter to drink some water, and the priest will stand where I'm standing, and they will say, "Do you want to know the truth? Let me tell you the story of Jesus." Then you see the water source here in front of you. Let me sit here and show you some pictures that I like, and I hope that I'm not disturbing the tour guide. But when they started to work here, they excavated and they found some important things. They found that beautiful mosaic floor. Immediately they knew that it's not a synagogue. At that time, usually the Jews didn't decorate their synagogue. The second command says you should have no figures. And it's pointing to the east, like almost every church. And then they reach that place. And when they reached that place, what they found is that. We need more evidence that this church was dedicated at the 5th century to the multiplication of the fish and the loaves? No, we don't. Another important thing is, why there are 4 loaves of bread? Some of you will say that the 5th one is here. And I will say that the 5th one is you. The Bible tells us that he was at Capernaum, but he wanted to be alone. Then he left that area and came to a place with a lot of grass. Happily or sadly, 5,000 people walk with him, follow him. Now, this is one of the few things that I didn't like at the Bible. 5,000, not including women and children. For me, it's a little bit sad, because I believe that everyone are equal. Well, that's me. Then in that case, he cured them, he treated them, he blessed them, and then it was actually getting dark. They said, the disciple told Jesus, you must let them go home. I mean, they came from far and they have nothing to eat. And Jesus said, what do you have to eat here? Oh, we do have two fish and 5 loaves of bread. Then Jesus blessed everything and gave them to eat. Look at the beautiful olive tree. He gave them to eat. And miraculously, another 12 baskets full of bread are left there. It shows you that if you will follow Jesus, he will feed you. You won't starve at all. And if you remember, in every mass, he feeds us. He feeds us. Then in that case, trust him. Let's look at the main doors. And this is the narthex. The narthex was for newborn Christians that they didn't been baptized yet, and they could see everything from outside, but they couldn't enter the church. There's so many miracles that happen in that area. The guy the crippled, the handicapped, that was taken out from the roof, and preaching in the water. So many people wanted to listen to him that he had to go into the water to talk with them. But for me, that's official Loaves. The most important part is that you can see him carrying the cross, him, Jesus, while he's been baptized. And there's a connection between those two. It's to be baptized is to die and to be born again as a Christian, as a free man. Amazing, isn't it? Another important thing that you can see from here is part of Keln Cathedral. The idea was that all those figures, this is not a scary one, but they are very scary. They are scary figures, will tell you if you want believe in Christ, in Jesus, that's what will happen to you. And why from Keln? Because the Benedicts of Germany, the main place is in Keln, the center of them. Let's go in, please. It's a beautiful place, isn't it? And it's one of those places that talks to everyone. To the Jews, there's almost no figures here. And for the Catholic, you can see the 14 stations. For the Greek Orthodox, you can see the icons, Greek Orthodox icons. For the Protestant, it looks like a totally Protestant church, isn't it? But what is beautiful in that church is that it combined the 4th and the 5th century church. And the most important issue is there. And Betty and EJ, I'm blessing you for that. Look at that. Remember the fish and loaves? From the 5th century, here it is. Igeria, a pilgrimage lady who've been here in 380, 4th century, say that the people used to take some small pieces from that important stone. That's where the basket was. The modern church moved the mosaic from the other side of the table to that side that we will be able to see it. And you can see immediately what part of the mosaic is old and the renovation. That is the idea. Look at Jerusalem in heaven. So modern, so beautiful with 12 gates. And the windows are made of alabaster, which is mystic, but it gives you a little bit of sun, light, Jesus. Look how beautiful it is. And it looks exactly like the Nile view. And here it is, if you see there. It looks like a tower. This is the Nilometer. Nilometer, it was a special tower, tells you how high is the level of the Nile in Egypt. Let's move to the other side. And I'm so happy that I'm the only one here. I'm so sad because I'm not guiding you. But in a way, I'm guiding you now. For example, that font, if you want to be baptized now, you can understand how small it is because mostly children are being baptized here. And you can see the difference because we are actually thinking of like the 21st century. But I wanted to go back to the 1st century. That's why the Benedicts told us, I built it with limestone, because the original stone is that. sister. This is so beautiful. There are few places that I can cry when I'm entering into it, and this is one of them. Beneath the glass, right there, is the fourth century church. And I don't remember if you saw the peacock in my picture when they actually discovered it. It's one of them. Now it's a beautiful, surrealistic moment. You know, birds enjoying the food and everything is so calm, except of the snake. The snake is the symbol of the sin, and it's actually disturb us now. Remember, Mary crushed the snake. Eve didn't. Then it's a calm version of peace, but we always must be aware that something can happen. Such an amazing church, isn't it? Let me put the cross on the 5th century mosaic. Sorry. And if it's your first video of mine, please subscribe me. Secondly, if you want me to bless the cross in Jerusalem, this is Jerusalem cross, or any other cross, I can do that. Go into my buy me a coffee link. You can find it in the description of that video, and or ask me and I will show you how to do that. Beautiful, isn't it? So hot. There's no air condition here, and you don't need it because the spiritual environment is in front of you. Here it is. This is the mosaic that I saw you. You can see the peacock here. This is the peacock. Oh, sorry. Here it is. And that's Tom. This is the one. And later on, they will find the mosaic of the fish and the loaves. It will be right there. Let's go out. In the regular days, without COVID, there are 1 million people here. And it took me a while to reach here, because to reach that place you need a car. And I did it. I did it for you. It's such a beautiful place. Now I can show you the source of water. Such an amazing thing. Then see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe me, please.